What you're going to see here today is part of Saber Junction 24, which is an exercise that involves not just the United States, but 10 other NATO allies and partners. Approximately 3,000 U.S. soldiers and 1,300 multinational soldiers. Today, what you're going to see is what we call a joint forcible entry, or an airborne operation. And it's unique because we're going to have U.S. soldiers as well as soldiers from our allies and partners getting airdropped here on this DZ by the Air Force. Now more than ever, as all of us know, doing exercises like this is very important. After the Russian incursion into the Ukraine in 2022, these exercises and the scale by which we've been doing has increased. We've learned a lot of lessons from those. We're applying those to these exercises.
Yeah. Say something, my quasi-boss, sir. How are you doing, sir? No, wonderful. So it was funny, if you were standing in Ramstein just a few hours earlier, torrential downpour, a lot of lightning happening, and so got out of there. Great really joint operation between ourselves and the Air Force to come down here, and then ultimately today we're going to put about 500 paratroopers into this drop zone as we go into the rotation here at Hohenfels.
We haven't seen large-scale combat operations like this in decades. And we haven't seen the type of warfare that we're seeing in Ukraine probably since World War II. So what's important for us is to understand the lessons that we're learning, the scale by which they're using small unmanned aerial systems, okay, one-way delivery or for observation, and the scale by which they're using electronic warfare to jam that type of activity is like nothing that we've seen.
Possibly the bullets in here are a little bit different, but in terms of what the Joint Multinational Readiness Center gives to us, I mean, it's real. I mean, you got a thinking, world-class OPFOR opposing force that's challenging you every day. You are getting some technical means impressed against you, whether it's GPS denial or it's jamming our signals. I was getting reports today, we're flying a drone and we're getting that drone jammed. None of us are foolish. We've all been watching what's happening in the world. And all of those places are battle labs. And in those battle labs, you learn. And you learn and we learn. And so we watch them and we bring them. And the team that's over there has done a phenomenal job at taking those greatest lessons learned, bringing them back in, and then putting us in the ringer. And gonna test us here, and so for some of the thing that we've built and we've devised and we've implemented, now what we get a chance to see is does it work? And I think that's what I'm pretty excited about, is does it work? And then as we learn things that do work, we'll double down on it. As we learn things that don't work, we'll quickly kind of evolve. The U.S. government, really NATO, a lot of folks are investing heavily in us right now, so we got to come out of this training exercise a lot better.
So what's awaiting them is probably the hardest fight they've ever been in, but we want it to be hardest here, so when they get to combat, it seems just a little bit easier.